Hello and welcome back to March Mathness, a special mini-series where we will be using predictive modeling to try and best one another in a bracket challenge. My name is Geoffrey Dean, the former data editor at the Maneater and host of Dean's Data Depot.
I am Griffin Been, the men's basketball beat writer for the Maneater. Once again, this video is coming at the same time that the Maneaters engaged in College Media Madness, a competition between student newspapers across the country to raise the most money over the course of the men's March Madness tournament. To donate, you can click the link in the description.
After a crazy first weekend that saw a 15 seed in St. Peter's advance to the Sweet 16 for just the third time ever, and the defending champion Baylor Bears erase a 25-point deficit only to be eliminated in overtime by the UNC Tar Heels, we have learned a lot about our models, and before we jump into the next round of action, let us remember that this is a competition. We're going to add up our totals from the first two rounds. We will use a compounding scoring system, which means that the number of points per correct game will increase with each round. We will get 1 point each for games we get correct in the first round, 2 points for each correct game in the second round, and so on.
The West was my best region. My model went 1-1 on first round upsets and 6-2 overall in first round picks. The East, I didn't get my first round upset correct, but I still got 6 out of the 8 right in the first round. Then in the South, started to get a little bit worse. I didn't hit on any big upsets and went 4-4 total in the first round. Then finally, my worst region is the Midwest. I only got 2 first round games correct, and that really hurt my score with this region. In total, my model went 18-14 in the first round for a total of 18 first round points.
The West region was rough for me. I only landed 1 of my 3 upset picks, and then it only got slightly better in the East, where I got 5 of the 8 games right. It went from bad to worse in the South, where I missed both of my upset picks. But in the Midwest, my upset Final Four team, Iowa State, survived. Altogether, my model got 17 games right in the first round, worth 17 points.
Then in the second round, the West was solid again, as I got 3 out of the 4 games correct and continued my hot streak in that region. In the East, I was able to get 2 of the 4 games correct, but my upset Final Four pick, Murray State, sadly lost in the round of 32. Then in the South, I got 2 games right as well. And finally, the Midwest continued to be my weakest region, as I only got 1 correct here, which brings me to a total of 8 games right in the second round.
The second round in the West was really good. 3 of the 4 teams advanced to the Sweet 16, though in the East, only 1 of the 4 teams made it to the second weekend. I split the first 2, and 2 of the 4 predicted teams in the South region advanced, and similarly in the Midwest, 2 of the 4 teams are still in it. All in all, it came out to 8 of the 16 second round games being correct, adding 16 points to my score, bringing my total to 33 points.
So which, if any, of your Final Four teams are still in, and what do you have their path looking like this weekend?
So every one of my Final Four teams survived to the second weekend with the exception of Baylor. And my East region was really hurting, that was Baylor's region. So now it has UCLA coming out of the region to go to the Final Four. Through it all, though, it still has the Gonzaga Bulldogs to win it all, knocking off Arkansas and then Duke en route to the Final Four in New Orleans. On the other side of the bracket, it has Houston making it to the national championship, only to lose to Gonzaga, beating Iowa State in the Final Four. I had the 2 of them meeting in the South-Midwest Final Four matchup from the beginning, and the Cougars making it to the national championship game, as I mentioned. What about you?
2 of my Final Four picks remain after the first weekend, Gonzaga and Arizona. The model still likes Gonzaga to beat Arkansas and then Texas Tech to get to the Final Four. Then my model now predicts UCLA to knock off UNC and then Purdue to get to the Final Four. In the South, Arizona should take care of Houston before beating Villanova en route to a Final Four appearance. Then in the Midwest, my model now likes Kansas to defeat Providence, and then Iowa State in the Elite 8 before falling to Arizona in a Final Four matchup. So my final game is what my model had at the very beginning. It still has Gonzaga defeating Arizona.
So there you have it. My Final Four is now Gonzaga versus UCLA and Houston versus Iowa State, with Gonzaga beating Houston in the championship, while Griffin has Gonzaga beating UCLA as well to go to the championship, where they will play the Arizona Wildcats, who he has beating the Kansas Jayhawks in the Final Four. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Geoffrey Dean,
And my name is Griffin Been.
and we'll see you next time on the other side of the national championship game.